Hello once again, everyone. How long has it been since I last recorded a video for you all? Uh, I've just been inconsistent with recording. I just either forget to record when I'm at the locals, or I just forget I have recorded something. But I don't know, it's been a little bit weird for me in the past times. But I do have some content that I have had, not really recorded, but I've done. Uh, Playing something different here tonight at this local. I was playing Punk Gold Pride. I was able to build a deck in it for the pre-release, and I scrambled to get something together, and it came out pretty well. I was able to play pretty efficiently with it, despite just rushing through ratios. I'm not really thinking as far as like how the build goes. I literally just drew cards together and said, "Play game." So, I mean, now I kind of have a little bit more in line as far as how I would like the build to be, but it's still in the process of trying to figure it out. But as you can see in game one, I'm playing against, I think he called it Cyber's Pal. I was actually playing against a friend of mine, and he and I have been playing quite consistently on YGO Omega, and yeah, it's most of the times in our games it goes more towards my favor, but we've been kind of discussing as far as tech and options and whatnot. You can see the Nitro head off the better luck next time. If you're wondering why I had full package in hand, I had every Gold Pride name in hand, so it didn't really matter. The only one I didn't have was the other one. It's not like I needed to search. I just wanted to kind of bait things out, like especially the Dark Flu. The Dark Flu was really the hard part here, because I felt like I could play around it, but I would need him to kind of do something. That Singularity bouncing both of those was kind of rough. It's the only thing. But yeah, so this game one doesn't really go too well. I'm reading Dark Flu just to make sure as far as text goes, because carry to special summon yourself out, let me get my trap. Yeah, just the next game, because I really can't do anything, and Dark Flu is freaking huge, and then the Singularity gets big as well. But I've been enjoying it. I'm sorry I have been pretty dormant. I know the last time I posted something up was whenever I went to that regionals with Rika, and I still do have the deck. I still am playing the deck, but I want to take a break from it from now, just because I have already, done what I've accomplished one of my goals, and I don't really want to kind of push it a little too hard or anything like that. I don't really want to do more than I feel like I should. But what are we doing here? Oh yeah, so I was just sighting in, get to go first. Try to see if they had the draw. If they had the draw, then that'll determine what I got with Italy. I forgot what I had in my hand. But I do that. I do that regardless, preemptively. Like, not even if I have access to Gamma or not. I am running the Gamma package. But even if I don't have Gamma, I will still do that because it makes them a little weary. At least in my experience, it makes them a bit weary as far as the option they want to do. Like, do they want to draw there and then get hit off a Gamma, or how do they want to do it? But I let my monster get impermed, so just ensure you carry, and then just kind of. I meant to grab, came out of nowhere, but I had sighted it out this game, so I was like, oh. Cards. Yeah, so it was funny. But something actually to note about this, now that I'm remembering, this was they played with the policy changes. The policy change to the game now, where you the locals are now at a 45-minute timer. Locals and regionals both are at a 45-minute timer, and I find that to be really huge, because not only does that help as far as like these situations where you run through time, now I feel like time isn't going to be that big of a factor anymore, which is not only good for myself for playing with Gold Pride, but I think that's just good overall, because then it there's a word I'm looking for. It discourages a lot of the timeout strategies. I mean, of course, you can still run into time, and you will see that in one of my clips here, one of my segments, that I still do run into time. But it's not as lively anymore. I remember looking up at the wall, I was like, man, we've got like 8 minutes left or something, or we've got 5 minutes left, I gotta hurry up with game 3, and then it's 50 minutes on the clock. Like, that's so big. Like the extra 5 minutes matters so much, but as you can see, he's able to go full combo. I have nothing to stop him. I'm not sure if I even have anything to actually just stop them or break their board. But evidently I did have options, but my options, I chose not to do them because of what was available to me at that moment. In my opening hand, I had Dark Ruler no more, I had a Kaiju, and I had something else. Evenly match. So I had those 3 in hand. So my game plan was, okay, as you can see, I dropped a Kaiju on Dark Fluid. So what I should have done was activate the, because I had Super Factorial set, activate the Dark Ruler, Super Fact, and then kept Dark Ruler negated, drop the Kaiju on top of the Dark Fluid. I could live through the Alimbertion negate and then go into my normal play, but I didn't do that. As you can see, I kind of went through this round, and that was because of my I wasn't fully aware as far as everything that they had available, so I just kind of tried to go for my normal play while going Extreme Chess and trying to see what I could do, try to see how I could break my board. I didn't know about that play that I just mentioned at that time, so again, this was the play that I thought was good at that time. I thought this was the best routing, but the one Adignister in the grave that prevented him from being, that could negate, was the problematic one. So I was like, okay, you see the replacement, and then yeah, I'm just kind of sitting here thinking like there's not really a whole lot I could do. So you know, I just kind of scoop it up and do what we do. And anyways, this next game was against disregard the man that we're not playing Pirelli. They were also playing a Cyber's Pile, I guess. Mathmech Cyber's Code Talker. I don't know, I'm just going with what my friend said, call it Cyber's Pile, and just kind of go with that. So I go first, I do Fenrir, go into Baron, and I just have my follow-up. My token right there, they set some of the diameter. I'm just kind of waiting to see what else they do. I just go ahead and blow it up. They bring back the diameter. And then my Nitro Head blows up in the process. But right here, you know, I let them resolve, and then they go for the Parallax Secret. I just negate it with the Baron because I'm not really afraid of anything here. My turn, you know, plays. So it was a little interesting as far as this one because the build is a lot different. So I'm not sure exactly what to look for, what to expect. So I'm just gonna go kind of as deep as I can and just see where I can go and what I can do. And then I'm just sitting here thinking, can I go for a game? Because that's something that Cherry carry in defense. And even though she's not the biggest, she still has a good size. I go ahead and use Rollerballer because I can make game and page solid. So, you know, you already know the side deck process. Now, I'm anticipating going second. I don't know what to take out. I don't know what I should side in. So I'm like, you know what? 3/10 my side deck. I'm going to put it in. I'll take out half my engine. And I'll make sure I put in these punishing cards for going second. And see how that fares. So they get to go first, and they're already starting. I don't have any hand traps, so I'm like, okay, well, let's see how well I can break a board, because now I'm expecting something similar to Dark Fluid, the Singularity, and what have you. So, going a little bit off topic from the set here, the cyber stuff has seemed to have gone so much better, like in general, just because of the like the new stuff, the firewall defenses, the singularity, Like, all of that just kind of seems to like help out that archetype so much more, to where you just make like Magnetic Nister and just be more potent, or you can make Kotalker or this Ivor's Pile. It's a little dot scraper. They kind of made a bit of a misplay there with the transcode Link arrow, so they're just trying to figure out how to recover from that. You know, the G-Golem Crystal Heart, we get the Singularity, we get the Heat Soul. So I'm just kind of sitting here looking, how do I manage to break this board? We have 3 set, and I don't know exactly what I have. Oh, go ahead, Dark Ruler. They chain that trap card to negate it. I was like, that's a card? That's a way. Can I play through? Hey, go ahead and super fac, because I declared end of main. Or not end of main, but like into battle, declared end of main. I actually gotta look into that ruling a little bit more, because I'm not sure exactly how it's supposed to go, because I was always under the impression that I would have the priority up until I play evenly matched, but I guess how I am declaring end of main, but I don't have that priority anymore. I am passing that priority to my opponent. They hit the evenly match. So I'm actually upset about that, because my whole game plan was to waste the Laplacian negate on that evenly match. So without the evenly match, I don't have the pick I wanted to make. So I'm like, okay, figure something out. Battery diameter, as far as the Omni negate it gives it, and I realized I've been cheated by the Omni negate on the diameter, because I always thought the diameter was negate and destroy, but it's just negate the effect. Which mattered a lot, because I lost so many games because of that. So I just scoop it up. Like, there's not much I can do. I admit that I'm not able to play through much of anything here, if I can even. And even if I do, it's going to be suboptimal or to lose next turn regardless. So got to I go ahead, side out all of my going second cards and side in some more going first. There wasn't really a whole lot that I had to side in. So you're about to see my spicy deck that I'm citing. This is my meta call out. What I'm citing in, which you will see here on the screen shortly. I feel this card might be underlooked. It might be underrated, and it might have a lot more impact depending on how well timed it is. So I'll go ahead and start my turn. I had a weird opening hand. So you can see, came out of nowhere, double Leon into Chariot Carry, and then use Chariot Carry to grab, what did I grab? Roller Baller. I always forget, she has an effect to pitch 1 engrave. I always forget that effect, and that effect does matter a lot. So that it can help with follow-up. I don't think it would have helped me in any of my games, like any different, but it is something I do need to be aware of and remember. And the Chariot Carry, set my 1, then my end phase things. So to go ahead summon, I'm gonna go ahead and came out of nowhere, shoot the they give me the Roller Baller. I was a Sigma, banish it because I don't want to see that thing. I don't want that there. They had an imperm in hand, and they pitched it because after me playing the came out of nowhere, that turned off their imperm from my turn, which was really huge. And that day, top deck into Droll, so that was not so good for them either. They summoned the Diameter, bring back the Serpia, and this is where I activate Spellbound. Spellbound! That was my call out, because now they can't do anything. And then right here, I feel they could still go into Flex. They still have a Link Arrow, so I'm going to Pinball, and I'm going to suck it all up, and then, you know, make my play. Now they have these 2 creatures on the board, and I'm just going to see what all I can do. If I can go for a game, and I'm just sitting here looking, thinking. Foxy Toon pitched the Ganon, don't need that card anymore. Shrockside, cart, who do I grab? Just targets. It's 2 targets, I don't have a Deer Note. I do not have a Deer Note, so this is nothing. And I think we ended up just, shortly after this combo, ended up scooping it up, because I just dropped Psychic and Punisher, and it was like, yeah, scoop it up. That card's demonic. And then this is the last game, so it was 4 rounds of Swiss, but I had to buy round 2 because I lost my first one. So I'm playing against Branded. I played against him at my at the other local on Monday, and this was a very strong Oh, it's a very lengthy game one. There was just so much back and forth and so much interaction. I didn't have any stops. I didn't have Ash. I didn't have Gamma. I didn't have Troll. So, which is a little disheartening, but not too much to say the least. I did have to educate my opponent as far as properly summon, trying to special summon fusion monsters properly summon. You see the brand expulsion there. So my draw phase, activate brand expulsion, tribute off the Mirror Jade. So I chain triple E-Telly. I drew into 3 of them. I was like, well, I don't have Called by the Grave. Oh, they're running it. I didn't remember that or know that, so I just brought Xiaomin, not Xiaomin, Logon, Shadoksai, and Mana Spider. So it's like, this is the best board I can do. I could have probably gone into Xiaomin, but I didn't feel it. So I just wanted my field spell, wanted my trap, wanted my draw, and then wanted my synchro follow because that guy is an 11. The Gimmick Puppet is an 11, so I can make Amazing Dragon. Now I know I can't really do anything here, but I can normal tribute for Rollerball, try to get some follow for the next turn, so that I can at least try to scoop up some cards. So I just crashed and recorded, puts its effect as activate on field, and then I just passed around. It's not the strongest board, obviously, because I'm under Gimmick Puppet, but it is the best I could do at the time, in my opinion. So they go for Fusion Deployment and get Albaz. I just go ahead, Gabu to negate the Albaz. That way I don't have to deal with it. I forgot I gain life points off this card. It's my fault. I just remember that now that I'm rewatching this, I gain life points off Gabu because I have Punk Monsters on the field. And so go ahead, go into Pinballer, try to suck up. What else do I suck? Oh no, that was all in chain. The Cartesia, then I chained the Pinballer. So the Grand Guignol chain, and then whatever chain, and then Pinballer chain. So I just scoop up the Grand Guignol. I was debating on taking the Albaz or the Aluber. I wasn't sure which one was more impactful to them, so I went ahead and took the Albaz. Get that name out of their rotation, so that they don't have as much work. They already had an Albaz engraved, and they already had a what's it called engraved? No, I don't think they had the other Albion engraved. I don't remember, but anyways, I think it was ad libitum, and then they bring out Mirror Jade, then got Fusion Summon with Shadoksai for the dragon, and I did this really as just to force the answer from Mirror Jade, force that banish onto that because it will bounce it back. In hindsight, I probably should have just waited for the Mirror Jade effect to resolve. And had I done that, I would have been in a lot more of a better position my next turn. But you know, that's why we're here. That's why we look over these. But I was worried about losing the level 8. But then I think about it, and I had a level 8 anyways. So I don't know what I was worried about. It happens though. It happens. And this is why we're here. This is why we play. This is why we go to our locals. We go to get better. We go to improve. We go to learn. We go to do a lot more than what we think we can go for. So, here we are. Better luck next time. I'll get a Pinballer. I'm just thinking, how do I go about this? Because it's just a Quem. We can bring back Mirror Jade. So I go for Leon, then Leon affect a special. I'm thinking, who do I special here? So I go for the Pinballer, because Pinballer is an 8. I just go for Psychic Impression. Oh! Illegal play by me! Illegal play by me. Shame on me for not realizing that. I guess it's kind of like after all these plays, I forgot that Leon's effect locks me into Gold Pride names, so I was unable to do that play. Speaking of Gold Pride names, there I go again, making 2 peps. So ignoring the illegal play into accepted game state, I made 2 of the Psychic and Punishers. I probably should have not made 2 of those. I should have saved the 1 so that I could still have additional follow-up. They bring the Proskini in. I use Psychic and Punisher effect to try to try to banish something. And Yeah, oh yeah, the Albion was not summoned properly. I was going to explain to him. Neither was a Lulu. So, my career is also not an applicable target for that either. It doesn't matter, it's getting destroyed anyways, because I attacked into it and the Proskinian, I think, because I'm freaking huge. Like 3,400 life points or some crud. So I just crashed into those two. Yeah, like I said, what got summoned didn't really matter. It was going to be destroyed, but it could have been any other Despot name. And an Aluba right there. So, again, he had options. He just didn't... whatever. We're kind of fumbling here. We're kind of gassed, as you can tell. But we're just kind of going about it as per usual, as per always. So I just passed there because I'm not willing to take getting defeated. So... they enter battle phase. I choose not to increase because of the Mirror Jade effects. But I did not realize or remember that Pep is activated effects only. So the Mirror Jade effects will wipe them. So I'm like, oh, that's right. It's a resolved effect. It is not an activated effect. It activated to a condition of some kind. I forgot what the actual ruling wording is, and I'm not going to get into it like that. So I'm trying to see if I have any more follow-up. They have the Cartesia, they have the Pinballer, they can still do something, but I'm not like staring down a loss yet. Going to Xiaomi, I wish, this is where I wish I had saved my second Pep. Disregarding the League of Light. This is where I wish I saved my second Pep. And right here, just go into Guardian Chimera. It's not going to have the pop effect, but it's still going to be there. So I go ahead and go into... Oh wait, no, I go into nothing because I can't really do anything. I didn't have any more Cinco Samega anymore in play, so just go into game 2 on these like last 5 minutes. We are really stretching here. I know I can't win the set. The only thing I can do is like tie the game. And to be honest, I probably should have just gave him the win right there because getting a draw in time is like not a good feeling. So I probably should have given him the win right there. But I wasn't thinking. My thoughts were on winning, and then I see time. Like that's a chance to win. So I let them go first. I elected to go first so that they have not as many resources, and then they have to go into suboptimal plays, maybe. I opened up triple tactics in hand, and Italy. I forgot what else I opened up with. So I just wanted a beta monster effect, triple attack, take their monster, and then go for damage. That's right at the time. So did my Italy, beta out, triple tactics, elect to control monster. I take Dragoon, go grab Xiaomin off a Foxy Tune, destroy Alu because 0 defense, and then attack, and then they play the evenly. I'm like, sure. Here's a monster pack. And then I go into a small play just in case we still have enough time. Go into Fury Carry, drop that, just hit that, everything, and just let them go. And then right here, time is called, and whew, man, that was a battle. But I've learned some lessons today. I have understood to remember my freaking cards, and I need to do better. I'm going to have my deck list right here, as I per usual, as I always try to do, and I will make some small changes. The familiars I feel aren't very impactful for what I use them for, so I'm probably going to trade them out for Ascendant of Thunder. That way I don't play Integral, and I turn on my Go-Fighters. So I still got some more testing and things to do, but I hope you all did enjoy the video, and as always, like, comment, and subscribe, and do let me know what you all think about the archetype and about the deck. And if you have any ideas for me to try or for me to figure anything out, do let me know in the comments down below. But as always, I hope you all have a wonderful, wonderful day.